What the heck is up, everybody? Today we are going to be talking about who are the hottest guys in all of the DCU, including that guy right up there. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. First up, we have Superman. David Cornsweet did such a phenomenal job with this role. I really need to say that. He blew my expectations out of the water, and that is part of why I have that poster up there. That might be my top three favorite Superman performances, maybe my number one, easily my number two. And now when we get to looks, he's a good looking guy. He's a good looking guy. Some of you wanted Jimmy Olsen to be number one. He's gonna be high up there. But when we have someone like David Cornsweet, what are we talking about? David Cornsweet is a gift to humanity. This guy genuinely acts like Superman outside of being Superman. He might encapsulate this character better than anyone else that I've ever seen. And I think that Henry Cavill also did a really good job of that. I just wish Zack Snyder wrote it better so that Henry's personality could have been in that version of Superman a little bit more. But this Superman, David Cornsweet's Superman, inspires hope. He inspires hope for a better tomorrow, which is and always should be Superman's tagline. This version of Superman to me, from the suit to the logo on the cape to the jawline, is perfect. This this is a perfect version of Superman. I'm sorry if you disagree. I get it. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, especially I know that Zack Snyder fans exist. But this version of Superman to me is the perfect version. And because of that, and part of that has to do with this man is just I, this man is handsome. David Cornsweet's a handsome guy. I'm gonna have to put him in S tier. I know. Starting off early with the S tiers, but you gotta hear me out here. This is my list. You know what I mean? All right. Next up, we have Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult plays such a perfect version of Lex Luthor here. From like the hatred in his eyes to just the ego. You can feel the ego through the screen. And also, might I say that this Lex Luthor, he's sharp. He's sharp. In that picture, he looks sharp. This might be one of my favorite versions of Lex, if not my favorite version, yet again. I'm going to have to put Lex in this version of Lex, played by Nicholas Hoult, at maybe an A tier. At an A tier, okay? Because he's not Nicholas Hoult. And also, it's crazy to me that Nicholas Hoult felt that he could play Superman. And no offense to him, that's just not the character that he's like made to be. Like he is not made to be Superman. I feel like you'll understand what I mean. Like he fits Lex so much better. And also he's a phenomenal actor. I do find it funny that he basically got paid double what Rachel Brosnahan and David Cornsweet got paid. Uh, Crazy, but like he's Nicholas Hoult, and he's probably the one of the biggest names within this entire movie, if not the biggest name in this entire movie. Next up, we have Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen is perfectly cast to me. This is my favorite version of Jimmy Olsen that I've ever seen. Thank Christ we are past the version of Jimmy Olsen from the CW. It's not that I did not like that version of Jimmy Olsen as like a character. I disliked that that version was called Jimmy Olsen, and not because of just because he was a badass. This is a guy who should be like a nerd. Like yeah, he should have like a little bit of like a coolness to him, but he should be a little bit of a nerd. This version of Jimmy Olsen encapsulates that so well. Like he's a smooth talker. I mean, look at who he got, and also my bad for forgetting her. I completely forgot her in that last list. I thought I had gotten almost everyone. There's one more person that I will say I will apologize for when we get there. That's going to be a little bit later on in the video. But this version of Jimmy Olsen is perfect. I've personally really liked this actor's performances for years now. When it comes, when it goes all the way back to something like, oh my God, what's the name of that show? I really enjoyed Skylar Giz Giza. I really enjoyed Skylar in The Righteous Gemstones. I also really enjoyed him in Vacation. Um, and that one Hulu movie. I'm forgetting the name of that one Hulu movie. The Binge. He was really good in The Binge as well. I've been a fan of him for years. I think that he's a great actor, and I really hope we do get more of his version of Jimmy Olsen in the DCU. He is a overall phenomenal actor, and I will not accept if he's not in more of the DCU, and I feel like that's understandable. Obviously, he's gonna probably be in uh, Man of Superman, Man of Tomorrow, right? Obviously he's probably gonna be in that movie at least for a couple seconds, but like I would really enjoy a Jimmy Olsen show. I know that there was like slight rumors of like maybe a Mr. Terrific show, maybe a Jimmy Olsen show. I think it'd be awesome to have either one. Either one would be amazing. I would love if that was like a combo. That low key would be cool. I don't know how they would do that, but that'd be cool. Jimmy Olsen is also going in A tier. I'm sorry. Like I know that a few people wanted me to put Jimmy Olsen in S tier as number one, but like he just isn't that for me. But Skylar is an amazing actor, and he is the best version of this character, in my opinion. Next up, we have Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. This is one of the very few characters in this entire movie, in the entire Superman movie, that I was a little bit like nervous about just because he's played Hal before a lot of times. And I think that he makes a great Hal Jordan in all of the animated projects that Nathan Fillion's in. But he also makes an amazing Guy Gardner. I do wish that Gardner was a little bit younger within the DCU, but I guess it kind of makes sense because Aaron Pierre's John Stewart is, I'm guessing, around like 30-ish, and then maybe a little bit young, like 25 to 30 range, and then obviously our version of Hal Jordan for the DCU is also, why did I say also, but he is within his like late 40s, early 50s range, somewhere around there. So it kind of makes sense. This version of Guy Gardner kind of falls in between that, which I do think Guy Gardner should be a little bit in between their ages, yet still act obviously way less mature than a character like Jon Stewart. That has nothing to do with maturity in this character's case. But Guy Gardner was perfect. From the scenes where he was like flicking people away to the way that Nathan Fillion just portrayed him. One of my favorite lines in the entire movie is the bowl cut line where Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane says to him something along the lines of, "That doesn't look good on you, like that, like bowl cuts are like so out of style." And he responds with, "Oh, well, I have 300 women that would disagree with you." That is hilarious. That is so funny. That is a great line. Nathan Fillion said it perfectly. I also, I know I've mentioned this before. I don't know which video I've mentioned it in, but Nathan Fillion, Nathan Fillion also plays John Nolan within The Rookie and the main character of The Rookie. Um, and there's a song about his character called Daddy Cop. And I just love that he's a space cop, really. Like, that's what the Green Lanterns are, and it still kind of works perfectly. If there was any way that that song could be incorporated into the DCU with him, I would be ecstatic. I would really be ecstatic. I'm putting so many people high up, but like most of these guys are really good looking. But Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner is also pretty perfect to me. I would say Nathan Fillion belongs at least high B tier. Nathan Fillion's a handsome man, but everyone that I have above him is above him, and like that's no offense, sort of thing. Like none of these guys on here are not good looking, and that's I mean they're all Hollywood actors. Like what do you expect? Okay, next up I have Mr. Terrific. Oh, did I say Mr. Terrific? I mean Mr. Aura. Holy aura. Mr. Terrific has so much aura within the Superman movie. He is such a highlight of that movie, at least to me, and I know to so many others, he is such a big highlight of this movie. Also, sorry, this just came to the dome, but sorry I'm moving like really fast with all these characters. I have like 26 people to cover. That's the most that I've ever had out of the 3 videos that I've had posted at this point in time. So for everyone, I'm gonna be really Um, but Mr. Terrific, holy aura. I need a show of Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific was awesome. Um, the actor definitely I got his flowers from the internet, and also this movie really made up for the whole X-Men Darwin, which is ridiculous because like he died, and the Darwin's whole thing is that he can't really like die. I hate that. I hate that. Like he genuinely feels so racist, and that's like disgusting. But this version of Mr. Terrific is perfect. He delivers a perfect role from the suit to the way he acts to everything about him is so wonderfully delivered to us. I could eat it up all day. Probably gonna get a fat joke for that. I don't know. But Mr. Terrific, stunning man. Stunning. Stunning. I'm trying to figure out where to put him. This is like really difficult for me because I don't want to put him in S tier. I don't think he is S tier in like looks, I guess, but also like personality. He's a little bit dry, but that's part of like the whole appeal of Mr. Terrific. So it's kind of hard to like place him somewhere. I would say Mr. Terrific is probably he's above Lex. He's high A tier. He's the highest A tier that we're gonna get. I hope that makes sense. Like it's kind of hard for me to put him somewhere. Next up, we have Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. Whoa, what an amazing performance that he has given within Peacemaker. He also did a really good job within Superman, but he wasn't in Superman for all that much. But like, as like kind of the pseudo antagonist of this season of Peacemaker, season 2, he has been doing a phenomenal job. Also, clearly he can get some. I mean, him and the cybernetic Latina, Sasha Bordeaux. I I was afraid that we were gonna see basically what we saw Hardcore and Rick Flag Jr. doing. You know? Which I wouldn't have mind. Wouldn't have minded at all. Not even a little bit. But Rick Flag Sr. truly is perfectly casted with Frank Grillo. I think that he is so underutilized within the MCU. It is truly a shame that he is only in what 2 or 3 movies within the MCU, truly giving him his candles. Although I will say within Creature Commandos, still loved his character, still loved everything about him. He's amazing. Um I get that Frank Grillo was not casted as the actor to play Rick Flag Sr. at this point in time, but it looks nothing like him. The character design looks nothing like him. You know who it does look like? And I heard someone say online, like from when that show was coming out, people were saying it kind of looks a little bit more like James Gunn than it does Frank Grillo, and I do kind of have to agree. Um, which I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. But I just kind of wish that version of him looked a little bit more like him. But like, whoa. Frank Grillo is giving an amazing performance back to back to back, 3 times in a row. Wonderful part of the DCU. I am obsessed with Frank Grillo's character as Rick Flag Sr. He's dark, he's broody, but he's upset. And he got all of this power, and yet the one person that he wants to hurt admits to him that he was wrong for killing his son. And they both agree that Rick Flag Jr. is a better man than either one of them. Also, this man's strong. This man's strong. He's strong, strong. Like damn. That knee to Peacemaker's head. Whoa, 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 whoa. Crazy work, crazy work. I will say Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., I'm going to have to rank him at a. Oh, this is also really difficult. Like a B plus. Like a B plus. Next up, I have Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord is so perfectly casted to me within this movie and show. I know that it's his brother, but like, and he plays like what 5 characters within the DCU already. Okay. I mean, is Sean Gunn's an amazing actor, and the thing is that like I can't be mad at it because like clearly, obviously, they have an amazing working relationship. That's his older brother, but also at the same time, he's a phenomenal actor and voice actor and CGI motion capture actor. Like Sean Gunn can do anything, and as much as I wish I could have a little bit of a different take on um on Maxwell Lord. I do kind of like this take. It differentiates it. Um, oh my gosh, it differentiates itself from the Pedro Pascal Wonder Woman 1984 version of Maxwell Lord a lot. Like you can tell these are 2 different characters, but it's still like the same guy, like same company, same this, same that. And I think that's good for the general audience, in my opinion, because like I'm sorry, I don't think much of the general audience is really going to be watching like this, like watching me. Like most of you guys that are here, I would assume are not general audience. But I would say Maxwell Lord is one of the best characters. Oh my gosh. He's one of the funniest characters within the DCU so far. He's pretty cunning, he's pretty funny, he's pretty well written. But I'm going to have to put this version of Maxwell Lord at like a C tier. I just don't find Sean Gunn to be all that. Next up, I have someone that I do find to be all that, and that's Freddie Stroma as Vigilante. I love Freddie Stroma's Vigilante. Vigilante is amazing. He is better than either version of Vigilante from the CW verse. There's one that like has more of like the tactical gear suit that's supposed to look like this, but CW-fied. You know what I mean? And then there's Adrian Chase. This is perfect. I know that like I think comic book wise that those versions of Adrian Chase are a little bit closer to like how he's characterized within the comics. But DC already has so many dark, brooding, depressing characters. I'm happy that we're changing it up and like giving someone who like he's a psychopath. Like he's crazy. Like Freddie Stroma's vigilante is mentally insane and unwell. Ah, he's pretty funny. I like him. He's awesome. I would also say Freddie Stroma's just gonna go high up on this list no matter what because it's Freddie Stroma. But like Freddie Stroma is like pretty handsome guy. Uh, but wow, what a performance! My girlfriend did not even know that Freddie Stroma was British. If I'm being honest, like, which I find so funny. Like, he does such a good English accent that he tricks people when he's acting. Like to that extent, I did not expect that. I do have a tier list that's going to be all about vigilantes and vigilante characters within, you know, different like within like anime and MCU and DCU. And he's obviously going to be on there. So I'm going to really expand on like Vigilante then. But Freddy Stroma's Vigilante is perfect. It is perfect. I understand why they recasted him before season 1 even came out. It didn't work with that actor, and that's a shame, especially since like everyone's like, this is supposed to be the best character within the show. Like that's supposed to be everyone's favorite character. Like, for everyone that read the script. And that actor just wasn't performing like it. But this version of Freddie Stroma's version of Vigilante hits. It just hits. There's not a line that isn't a banger. There's not anything that it's like, oh, he's just okay. It's like, no, I like there's so many people online that want Freddie Stroma to be the next version of Deadpool because of how good he was. And also the Spider-Man back and forth between himself. Chef's kiss. Love it. Thank you, James Gunn. I never knew I needed that, but I needed it, and thank you. Freddie Stroma's version of Vigilante, even though he's a psychopath and he clearly has some sort of, I hear people theorize maybe it's like autism or something like that. I don't know. I don't know enough about that discussion or enough about mental anything. I can clearly state that like he is a psychopath, like he is a serial killer, like he ha- uh, has killed hundreds of people, I believe. Like he's not a good person necessarily, but he's a great character. You know what I mean? Like, um, I adore this version of Vigilante. If you cannot tell already, this might be one of the characters that I've spent the most time on already. But Freddie Stroma's version of Vigilante is everything a man could ever want or need, man. I also hear discussions of people wanting him to have his own show, and honestly, I could not agree more. I really do want a vigilante show. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be really freaking awesome. Please give me a vigilante show. That would be so, so, so cool. Oh my god. And because of that, vigilante is gonna go at S tier. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's my list. I can't miss. Honestly. But no. Next up on our list is someone that I'm gonna judge more off their character than I do anyone else on this list. And that's Augie Smith, aka the Red Dragon, aka Peacemaker's father. This man is a he's a cool kids member, cool with a K. You know what I mean? Like this is a deplorable man. Um it's- he's a horrible father to both of his sons. It is partially his fault or mostly his fault. I kind of forget season 1 a little bit. Haven't watched it in over 6 months. I rewatched it cuz I watched it with my girlfriend for the first time, especially gearing up for season 2. Or she watched it for the first time. I was watching it, as a rewatch. Um, Augie Smith is just a disgusting human being. Disgusting human being. Deplorable, bad person. Like, I don't know what more you want me to say, sort of thing. And that's why this one is going to be like honestly pretty quick. Although, hear me out. Um, I love this suit. This suit looks really cool. I wish like a better like person character had this suit. The suit's like scary. It's cool, but it's also like that's kind of like I the Earth 2 version where he like was trying like that version of him is actually a pretty decent human being. Weirdly enough, that kind of surprised me in episode 7. But like the blue's cool on that suit, but it's not as cool as the red. I don't know. I like red a lot. I think the color red like is generally pretty cool. I wish that we had this version of the suit for a better person. You know what I mean? Like I would love to cosplay this suit if it was for a good person, just because it's a cool suit. Like it's a really cool suit, but it's a horrible person. D tier. D tier. Like I wish there was a lower tier that I could put him on. D tier. Get out of here. You disgusting human being. You just ugh.
Yo, what the heck is up, guys? I'm sorry to cut this off so early, but I realized how long this recording was. For me, it was about an hour long. And I went to NYC Comic Con this past weekend. So I'm gonna do a haul and then I'm gonna do a part two to this video. I hope that's cool with you guys. I am really sorry about that. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really like to hit at least 1,000 by the end of the year. A part two at least by Wednesday of next week, and then after that, I have a horror video coming out for you guys. A horror tier list video right after that. Peace out. Have a good one.